Hello dears, welcome to Beauty by Heart. I'm Niling, also known as Lulu. Today I'll be sharing with you dears the top 7 eyeshadow palettes to use during the holidays. When we talk about holidays, I will always think of gold, sparkle, glitter, sparkles, sparkles and more sparkles. So for all these 7 eyeshadow palettes, I will have a lot of sparkling eyeshadow palettes. For the festive makeup look, I will go for either a bold, dark, rich jewel tone eyes or smoky eyes with a very nude lips, or a very neutral sparkling eyes with a bold red lips. So the eyeshadow palettes mentioned later will have these color themes that I wanted. Among these eyeshadow palettes, there are the indie brands, the drugstore brands and the Sephora brands. If you'd like to check which are the 7 of them, please continue watching. And if you are new to my channel, hello and welcome. I love to explore new cruelty-free makeup products from the drugstore, indie, clean beauty brands and Sephora brands. So hopefully with my videos, I can help you to select your favorite colors and the right products for you, saving you the time, money, headaches and effort to brush through tons of products out there on the market. So if you happen to like this video, please consider to subscribe. Thank you so much. And now, let's get started. There will be no ranking for these 7 eyeshadow palettes, and all these will be introduced according to the brand's alphabetical order. And the very first one will be this ABH Sultry palette. When I first saw the product photo of this new release, this was I think released in 2018, it's their holiday palette. I wasn't really very interested in this color story because it's more of the cool neutral base with a pop of the warm coral colors over here. But because I was collecting ABH eyeshadow palette, I have a completionist side of me that wanted to collect all the ABH palettes in this format. So I decided to pick this. When I received and looked at this in person, I was actually thinking this looks so much prettier in person than in the photos. And what I like about it is neutral and yet it's very sparkly. All the shimmers are all very sparkly. Just let me do a live swatch of some of the favorite colors I have over here, which is the rose quartz. And their formula is so soft, buttery and smooth, but it can be quite powdery in the pan. And I just love to apply this either alone as the main color on the eyelid, or I will combine with some other colors. I also love this pink. Their shimmers really glides on so smoothly and easily. And Cyborg, this is actually quite a very cool icy taupe color, which is something different. I usually don't prefer this kind of color. But this will look very good when we apply at the beginning of the eyelid over here. See, so shiny and sparkly. This is a very soft, neutral, cool eyeshadow palette with a lot of sparkles, and we can simply apply this on the eyes and pair it up with a bold red lips. Bun up our hair and you can actually wear a trench coat with it. It will look so good. But over here, it's not cool enough for me to wear trench coat. I haven't been wearing trench coat for like 20-30 years. But this will look very good with the winter clothings. And currently, ABH brings this sultry back just for the holidays. So if you dears are interested in this sultry palette, please grab it before it's gone again. Next will be from Colourpop Smoke Show palette, or now they have changed the name to Blowing Smoke. I'm not so much into smoky eyes, but sometimes I do like a black or grey or dark grey smoky eyes, and I only have one dark grey or almost black eyeshadow palette, which is this from the Colourpop. I will usually like to apply my smoky eyes around my double eyelid area, which is quite low because I do not want my whole entire eyes to be so dark. I just like a subtle smoky eyes. And usually I will pair this with a very nude glossy lids and probably just curl my hair. And this will be a very sultry, sassy look. The next eyeshadow palettes I will go for is this from Makeup Rising Phoenix Decedent and Deviance palettes. This is their latest palette. Now, this palette is very unique for the Christmas because it has a lot of multi-chromes. I also love a jewel rich tones eye makeup look, and this consists of the jewel tones like the purple, the greens, and this lime greens, and there's gold, antique gold over here. And if you like to add some twist and fun to a look, you can use the multi-chromes. This purple over here, which is the color the Devourer, and this the Possess, this color over here, this, okay, I do not know how to pronounce the name, Bellerophon, and this Lady of the Bridge, and this Emerald Green, which is the, I also don't know how to pronounce. I will just insert their color names over here. These 5 are the multi-chromes. Let me just do a live swatch for you to see. Starting with this purple. I'm not so sure if my lightings can catch the shift, but for this Devourer, which is the deep purple, it has a shift of purple, reddish violet, and blue. And for this multi-chromes, this is what the Phoenix call the subtle multi-chrome. The color is the Possessed, which is this color over here. It has a green to gold and pink shift. Not sure if you guys can see. And followed by this multi-chromes over here. This is one of my favorite colors in this palette, Bellerophon. I do not know how to pronounce this. And personally, I find that this is much more beautiful than the Natasha Denona Multi-Chromium Liquid Eyeshadow Scarab. And this Scarab also appears in their Trial Chrome eyeshadow palette. But I don't really like that Scarab because I find that the shift is not obvious. Look at this. I can see the shift with the lightings, but I'm not so sure whether the camera can catch the shift. This has a gold, green, and blue shift. The green is very obvious and it's very bright. And when I put my hand flat like this, I can see the blue surface, but I do not know whether you guys can see. I can also see the gold. And the next color is this Lady of the Bridge, which is a multi-chrome that has a shift of red, gold, and green. Actually, I think these eyeshadow colors will look good and match well with my red top. And this is also one of my favorite color in this pan, which is this. Don't know how to pronounce also. This is named after a Tamil hero, anti-hero. So beautiful. This is what Mr. Kwan say. This look like the peacock feather. It has a deep emerald green with a shift of dark blue and violet. Their multi-chromes are so much more interesting than the Natasha Denona, and this also comes with glitters. Anyways, I also did a dedicated swatch and review of this Decedent and Deviant palette. I love Makeup Rising Phoenix concept. All these are inspired by the ghost stories and other creatures, other worldly creatures, they name it, and they produce this color scheme. These are all shimmers, multi-chromes, dual-chromes, and a lot have glitters in them, the micro fine glitters in them. So will be perfect for me to use for a sparkly look. And and the multi-chromes really add as a twist and fun to my look. If you just do not like multi-chromes and you just like a straight up jewel tone metallics or shimmers, you may like to look for this palette, which is from Milani. And this has some very beautiful, very rich jewel tones colors like the blue, the greens, the purples, the gold, and there are 2 golds over here, actually 3 golds. I especially love this blue. This is so pretty. And in fact, this palette has one of the best drugstore eyeshadow formula that I found in this year, 2020. See, the blue is so electrifying and sparkly, and this is so beautiful, so rich. And I can also create a smoky eyes just with this blue. The other colors that I like will be this purple, but this is very sure it's more like a topper, and this is very glittery. So you can just top this color up with a matte color or any colors that you like to add more sparkle onto it. And this has a very wet look. So overall, I'm very pleased with this palette. It has some of the very rich jewel tones that I'm looking for. And I love also the greens, the golds, and the reds. And when we apply this kind of rich jewel tone colors, you may like to go for a rather nude lips or nudish pink lips to balance out the makeup. Next will be a gold palette, a mini palette, which is from Natasha Denona Mini Gold. How can we go without gold during the festive season? Okay, I admit I'm being brainwashed to have gold. I see a lot of gold and sparkles during this season. So the color that I really love will be this color, the gold color in the middle. And also this goldish green, goldish olive green. And once we apply this on the eyes, our eyes is very sparkly. Okay, this is the gold, the one in the middle. And this gold olive green. This is a unique color, very beautiful. For this palette, you can wear the shimmer colors on its own as the main color on the eyelid, then top it up with a gloss. Okay, recently I'm very into glossy lips. I like gloss, and that will complete the gold makeup look. And the next one will be this from the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. This was released I think also 2 years or 3 years ago. It's quite an old palette, but my bad, I seldom use it, but I really love the jewel tone over here. This is mainly a shimmery palette. There are only 4 matte over here, which is this 2. We can use this on the transition and probably also at the outer corner, and the black to deepen up the outer corner. For me, I will use this color as an eraser color to blur out the boundary and also to erase the colors that I've applied wrongly. And this will be my crease color. So the way that I use this palette will be a very simple one. I will just use this on the crease and then one of the shimmer colors on the main eyelid. That's all. In this palette, I always like to look at the green and the gold. And the shimmers are very buttery, smooth and very easy to apply. This is very pigmented. Not only that, it has a chocolate scent to it. It adds a little more fun to use this eyeshadow palette. And the last palette that I will be sharing will be this. This is the Urban Decay Stone Vibes. Similar to the previous palette, this is mainly a pressed shimmer palette. These are not glitters and these are just the pressed shimmers which is safe to use on the eyes. And at the both corner are the matte and the third eye is the satin color. This is one of my latest eyeshadow palettes. I think I bought it in October. I really like to use this during the holiday because it is very sparkly. The way I use it will be the same as the previous palette from the Too Faced. I will only use this as the transition and apply one of the pressed shimmers on the entire eyelid. And that is a very simple look. If I like to, I may also want to apply one of these shimmers at the bottom eyelash over here. Pressed shimmers are very easily manageable. The way that I like to apply is I like to pick up the pressed shimmers with finger first and apply onto the eyelid because using fingers to apply picks up the colors more and it will increase the color payoff of the shimmers. At the same time, later on I will follow up using a brush for precision. So this is the way that I like to apply. I especially like to apply only two colors, one neutral colors on the crease and then the pressed shimmers as the main colors on the eyelid with a surgical mask. Because with a surgical mask, the makeup that I wear will be very light and using a very simple eye makeup look will balance out the makeup look. Alright dears, now it's your turn to share with me which is your most favorite eyeshadow palette to use during the holidays. Please comment in the comment section below, yeah? Thank you so much. And last but not least, here's an inner beauty tip for us to be more beautiful and more wise. The holiday is a perfect time to reflect on our blessings and seek ways to make life better for those around us. Thank you so much for watching dears, and thank you so much for your support over this year. This is a very special year for all of us and I'm glad that we all pulled through together. Thank you so much. And if you like this video, please consider to subscribe. Thank you again. May you dears have a peaceful, blissful and joyful week ahead. See you next time. Bye! And before you go, please check out these two videos over here. Thank you!